Hi everyone, welcome to the Alchemy scope. So this has been wanting to come forward for quite a while, but here we are at the very end of 2014 and it couldn't wait any longer. It was really calling to come forward. So there was one intention when this came to me months ago, there was one intention of bringing forward this particular new moon alchemy scope for the signs, which is to provide you tools and information that will help support your journey of your soul's maturation and evolution process that's underway, because it is underway rapidly, and we're needing as much support as we can get. So this is intended to support your journey wholly. So there are 6 components to every new moon alchemy scope that's going to be coming out. One is the symbology. We're going to look on the macrocosmic scale, on a general scale for the collective, what symbology is imbued at the degree point for the new moon that's informing this next 30-day cycle. Then on the microcosmic scale, I'm going to throw the I Ching for you, and we're going to look at your particular theme that's going to be playing out and what's going to be being called forward within you to grow and mature. And then I'm going to do a spread. I'm either going to use the Bral Talej deck, or I'm going to use a deck of 144 card deck that I created I call the Siri deck. So I'm going to either use the Bral Talej or the Siri deck to pull some information about an event or situation that might emerge for you this month that your soul has called forward for you to grow and mature through. And then we're going to look at the archetypes. I'm going to pull from the Carolyn Miss Archetype deck, and we're going to find out which archetype, which archetypal qualities are wanting to come through you, evolve through you this month, mature essentially. And then we're going to pull an Ascended Masters card for support from Doreen Virtue's deck. And finally, I'm going to provide you a Dakini from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle, and they're quite powerful, and there's a lot of information. So I'm going to provide a link at the end of the video where you can go and access the information, because it's something you want to sit and read with. Excuse me, you want to read through and then you want to work with, because there are affirmations and rituals and stuff that Penny recommends. And I find them quite powerful. This is goddess energy, this is archetypal energy, this is themed energy. So the Dakini will provide you a theme to dive into in the coming 30 days that will serve your growth. Okay? So let's get started on the individual signs. So let's talk about the macrocosmic cycle that's unfolding with this new moon. The Sabian symbol that's imbued at 0 degrees Sagittarius, which is the new moon point happening on November 22nd and informing our next 30-day cycle, is retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. Now, this is an important period of time that we're walking through right now. This particular new moon is the second of 3 consecutive new moons happening at the 0 degree point. October 23rd had it at 0 degrees Scorpio. Next month we have it at 0 degrees Capricorn on December 22nd. So we're in the middle of a portal time frame right now that is quite powerful. 0 is the alpha and the omega. 0 is beginnings and endings. 0 is potentiality. It is your pure empowerment. So this is a big, big time. It's no number, yet it is the container for all. It is the Fool in the tarot. This is pure potentiality. This is activation of your truest, highest self. This is about activating and actualizing your soul print, everyone. So this new moon is fascinating because it is happening in Sagittarius. Sagittarius represents higher mind, optimism, journeying forward, freedom, expansion, adventure. And the fact that the symbol that's imbued with this new moon is about, you know, coming together post-war, and a lot of us have been through a lot of difficulties over the course of the last year or many years recently as systems start collapsing and we're really being called to become our full and whole selves. We're being called to really look back and see what has worked, what hasn't worked, what has served us, what do we want to rebuild anew, what do we need to let go of. So at this new moon, it's the duality of both and, where we're looking forward, yet we're having to look back. So that's pretty powerful stuff. And for me, that's about extracting what it is that worked, letting go what didn't, and moving forward into the new self, the new whole self. So this is really a beautiful time. So let's go into each sign and look at what event or situation might be influencing you this month. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came up for you for this month and is reflecting the microcosmic theme that's unfolding for you. Two things. One is I threw the coins off camera in a separate ritual for you and for the other signs because it can be quite time consuming to do on camera. It may be that in a future alchemy scope I'll do it on camera. The other is I'm using the visionary I Ching developed by Paul O'Brien. This is still the original I Ching, the several thousand-year-old ancient divination system. However, the language that is applied to the meanings for all of the hexagrams, for each of the 64 hexagrams, is presented in modern language. It's simply more resonant. So that's what I used, and you received 14 affluence. So this is such a fantastic hexagram to receive for this month. Let me read it to you. Supreme success has come. Like the proverbial pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, a person whose fortunes have turned for the better shines brightly. At the core of this success lies unselfishness and modesty, for it is the tendency of a flexible or yielding nature to bind powerful forces to it, particularly when prosperity begins to manifest. When power is wielded with grace and dignity, there is supreme success and great abundance. Ah, but be careful. Along with any accumulation of wealth or influence may come an increase of pride and arrogance. Fight this tendency if you want to continue prospering. Stay attentive enough to manage your affairs well, and remember that while prosperity of any kind certainly beats the alternative, it is only one of the many elements of a satisfying life. True prosperity always furthers the collective good. So this theme will likely be presenting itself to you during this cycle. Let's see what else we have for you. Hi, Gemini. So I went ahead and shuffled my deck. I'm using the Siri deck. It's a deck that I created for myself a few years ago. It's 144 cards with my own images and my own words. And let's go ahead and pull it. I'm using what's called a synchronic spread, which is a fantastic, simple, but informative spread. So let's see what's coming up for you in the month of December. What I asked Spirit was, what event or situation might you have called forward? Might your higher self called forward for your growth? So let's see what we have. Okay, so there's something coming up with your spouse or your partner, Gemini. There's a choice to be made. Something's going to be emerging in the home, a choice to be made regarding, well, you're going to have feelings regarding the future. So this is going to be bringing up feelings about the future and whether you want to whether there's going to be energy expended on the future or not. There's some sort of transformation occurring in regards to trust, how you trust your partner. So let me just show you a few of the cards because there's quite a few here. So the center, this is kind of the center answer for the spread. So you're looking at another choice. Now this could very well be, if we're really talking about a spouse or a mate, which looks to be the case, this could be literally looking at another person. So there could be offers on the table toward you or by you for another, love. Or it could be that that's what you're considering, that you're thinking about options because there's no focus. Future, this later is the future as well. So there might be, you're thinking about the future, or you're not focusing on the future. You're really thinking about the moment now and what another choice might bring. There's something reemerging. There's something reemerging. There's thoughts coming back about an event in the home, something that occurred within the marriage or within the home about the spouse. So there's thoughts reemerging. There's a revisiting of thoughts coming back regarding the spouse. And you could be the spouse, or your spouse could be who we're referring to here. So there is a transformation of trust occurring, and there is going to be a review of the future taking place. Yeah, so within the cycle of December, look for that to emerge for you for review, growth, and maturation. So let's look at your archetype that's wanting to mature within you this month. It's the archetype that either already lives within you at some level from your natal chart, so you have it imbued within your system, or they are archetypal qualities that are wanting to be birthed in you, so wanting to emerge within you and through you. It's one or the other. So this is the Carolyn Myss deck. She's an author and a teacher. She used to be a medical intuitive, and she's taken a dive into Jung's archetypes, the archetypes embedded within the collective, and she looks into the archetypes that live within each of us, which is also my work as well. So let's see what wants to come for Gemini this month. Oh, this is interesting. So you get athlete. Let me read it to you. I'll show it to you again too. Athlete, the light attribute. So the thing with the archetype cards that I love so much is that Carolyn Myss points out the polarity points. So everything has polarity points, higher frequency, lower frequency vibrations, yeah? So the athlete, the higher frequency vibrations, these are what want to become manifest within you and through you, is dedicated to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes, so the lower frequency vibration of athlete, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. Let me show you this again. So this is quite beautiful. This is about being in integrity and kind of accessing your power, your empowerment, your will, and your strength at very deep levels. An athlete, of course, can be the more mundane physical, the physical manifestations of athlete, with the physical 3D body. However, it also refers to the deeper athlete, the athlete of the soul. So that's beautiful. So let's look at, this is Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters deck. Many of you will be familiar with not only her decks, but this particular one, which is quite good. I resonate with this one quite a bit. And we'll see which Ascended Master is wanting to speak to you this month. What tool or support can be provided for Geminis in the month of December. Oh, this is really good because because it goes right with the athlete card. So this is Serapis Bay, Go Now. This is about taking action and not delaying any further. This is about whatever projects or actions of self are wanting to, or have been wanting to become manifest. You're asked to actually step out and do it now. No more procrastination. So it's time for you to go, either away from a toxic situation or towards something desirable. This card signals that it's the right time to make your move. The conditions are ripe and perfect, and the universe is poised to support your move. So this is, as you see, a physical leaving of a situation, or it's a leaving to something. It's a movement toward your desires, toward something that is calling you now. So the final component to your December Alchemy Scope, Gemini, is your Dakini. And you received a fantastic Dakini. Like with the I Ching, I did this off camera. I pulled 22 Tara for you. She came forward to help you, to provide support for your evolutionary journey over the next 30-day cycle. Let me read a little taste here so you can understand a bit of what she's about, and then the link to the full PDF is below for you to dive into if you'd like. Born from the water of tears, Tara dwells in the mind sky and affects the air of consciousness with the fire of her inner light. Tara is an important and popular deity in the Tibetan pantheon of goddesses and gods. She is known for her willingness to step down and help sentient beings, especially in her form as Green Tara. Her name means savuaris, or star, as she is a guiding light. She is Buddha Queen and Mother. White Tara is traditionally associated with longevity and immortality. She embodies the nature of a female Buddha. She is calm and slightly wrathful. She acts as an ambassador to the pure land of light. She is pure in the sense that she is complete in herself. Dignified and fearless, she is the quick way to wisdom. Through Tara, this can be swiftly and easily attained, making her so valuable in this time when escalated evolution is required. She is a bestower of rapid insight. She provides the portal to the deathless state. Very interesting. So Gemini, you have an interesting month ahead of you. I'm wishing you a fantastic December, and I look forward to seeing you next month with the next Alchemy Scope. And a final note, the products that I offer, the archetypal profile, the symbolic profile, holistic sessions, that all help people get clear on the archetypes, the symbols, and the general evolutionary trajectory their soul is encoded with. All of those services are available via gift certificate. So if you have family members or friends who you would love to give the gift of clarity this year to, I have wonderful, easy gift certificates that can provide some not only fun, but wonderful and kind of deep and meaningful gifts. So I invite you to go to the website and take a look. Links are below, and contact me with if should you have any questions whatsoever, if you need clarity on what any of these items are. But archetypal profile, symbolic profile, the combination of both, and the holistic sessions are wonderful offerings to help people really see various aspects of themselves very clearly. And this is just such a beautiful time to do that. All right. Happy holidays, everybody.